let me say this. You got followers on your Instagram, correct? Quite sure you do. But here's the question that sets in the back of a lot of people's minds, and especially mine. You can have a ton of followers. And most of y'all probably out there have a couple thousand. I got 2 or 3 counts, and the podcast Instagram is the one I'm growing. But the question is how many of them are actually paying clients? Like, how many of them actually shop with you? Because, see, the one thing that you got to understand is you can have a billion clients. You can have thousands of clients. I see accounts with 2.5 million K, a couple thousand. You have all the clients. All the followers in the world. But here's one thing you don't understand. As a business owner, as a podcast host, as a business strategist, followers do not pay your, but if you're running a business, the followers are not paying your bills. You have to have something that's going to pay your bills. Now, the truth is, you don't need more followers. You need to know how to convert the followers, the ones you already have, into potential clients. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Solopreneur Podcast. I'm that guy. I'm the host, Mr. Anthony Porter, ex-construction guy, turned CEO, turned full-time CEO of a podcast-driven business. See, I went from 0 clients and a cracked iPhone to building a 6-figure empire from my laptop. Now, if you really want to know how that goes, this show is my blueprint to help solopreneurs like you do the exact thing. Do the exact same. Now, today's topic is turning your Instagram followers into those paying clients without sounding salesy, pushy, or desperate. Because a lot of us see the pushiness. A lot of us see the ones who are desperate to try to make their first sale. A lot of us see that person who just will not let you be and just constantly hitting you up. So we see that, and this is where we need to put a stop to that. If you are a business owner, coach, if you are a course creator, entrepreneur, coach, consultant, any type of business owner, this episode is for you. If you are tired of seeing your DM stay as dry as the Mojave Desert while your content gets likes but no leads, trust me, you're in the right place. Now, by the end of this episode, you'll walk away with a full system to turn content into conversations and conversations into cash. So if you're ready, buckle up. Let's get to it, and let's do what we need to do, man. So before we even get started, here's what I need you to do. I need you to follow us on all streaming platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I need you to follow us on YouTube, the YouTube channel, Solopreneur Chronicles. Let's build a community. So by building a community, the like-minded individuals such as yourself, myself, solopreneurs, course creators, coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs, like, subscribe, share, turn on the bell notification, especially on YouTube, and then follow me over at Solopreneur Chronicles podcast.com June. And then we're starting the Legacy Builders Empire in June, where we will be introducing you to entrepreneurs. I'll be doing some interviews with some entrepreneurs, trying to get you to see how they are building a legacy and building generational wealth for their families and their kids, and we're going to move forward with that. And also, we're going to be having the newsletter over at the Solopreneur Chronicles podcast.com starting in June. Everything's starting in June. We're going to jump into the ending of the first 6 months of the year, and we're going to get cracking and make sure everything so you can stay in tune. All right. Be on the lookout for the podcast Empire Builders community. That way you can get in there, get to know some of these people. Especially if you're trying to start a podcast. Listen, every business needs a podcast. Every business needs to have a way to get their message out organically. Every business needs to be able to just get the word out. So once again, all of that, we'll leave links in the description below, and let's dive in. So the one thing that you have to do is this, because this first segment right here is we got to shift our mind. So you need to shift your mind. See, your profile is your sales page. Now we're trying to figure out how, if we're using one platform, all right? So one platform is where you need to focus on. You cannot be all over the place when it comes to being a business owner. So if you have a podcast and you want to promote your podcast, you want to promote your content, you need to be on one platform. I don't care what platform you choose. Either you're going to choose Facebook, you're going to choose LinkedIn, you're going to choose TikTok, or you're going to choose Instagram. I prefer Instagram. You can do a lot of things on Instagram. You can do a lot of things on all of them. But right now, I'm going to tell you how I get down and how I choose Instagram. All right. So most people treat their Instagram like it's a scrapbook. They post randomly, vacation pictures, memes, and half written, captions. But what they fail to realize is that your profile is not a diary. It's your storefront. And I say that again. This is an audition. If you're using Instagram, any one of these platforms, your profile is your storefront. When someone clicks on your name, they should instantly know 3 things about you. All right. And these are the 3 burning questions. So if you got a pen or a piece of paper or anything that could get you possibly to understand, if you got your phone app, open up your notes app and type this in. So these are the 3 things that you need to make sure that you know. Because these are the 3 questions that are always asked when people are out here doing their thing. So, what are they? And Anthony, what is it? And I don't ever really talk in third person, but that's some of the questions that I get. Hey, Anthony, what is it? They want to know how you help them. And then they want to know what to do next. So when your bio, listen, a lot of people think Instagram bios are cute. There are young people out here right now making millions of dollars. But then there are some people that are leaving millions of dollars on the table. See, the question is now is your Instagram cute or is it converting? See, this is digital real estate. A lot of people always talk about they want to own some real estate. This is real estate you can own. And when you own this real estate, this is where this makes or breaks you. Any platform, your profile makes or breaks you. So your Instagram bio is the headline of your landing page. All right. A powerful formula. See, I help and put your audience in there. So write this down. I help whatever your audience is, whatever your target audience is, whatever result you're going to get them without the biggest pain point. I help. So for me, I help solopreneurs, since we're using Instagram, turn their IG into a client machine without DMing clients to start. See how simple that was? I'm basically giving you the map, tell you letting them know soon as they going to see your profile picture. All right. They're going to see your profile picture. And once they see your profile picture and they feel like they want to chat with you or whatever, follow you, again, I help solopreneurs turn their IG into a client machine without DMs to start. I don't have to reach out. I'm giving you everything about me. Okay. I'm giving you everything about me in short form. And then what you need to do is you need to scroll through your last 9 posts and ask yourself, would a total stranger know what you offer? If the answer is no, it's time to treat your IG like it's a business. You got to treat it like it's a business. Your profile isn't just, content. It's a conversion tool. So if they don't know exactly what it is you offer, are you a coach? Are you a consultant? Are you a podcast host? See, me being a podcast host and a business coach strategist. Yeah. So you want to turn all of that into a conversion machine. Now, let's talk about segment number 2. Segment number 2 is we want to build trust through story-based content. Now, I want to clear this up for you. Trust is the currency. You can't expect someone to hand over their credit card if they don't trust you. That's why story-based content always seems to win when it comes to online courses and online businesses and things of that nature. Now, check this out. Here's the framework that I use. I use this consistent. Problem, struggle, shift, result, CTA. I say that again. We got a problem that's greater than the struggle. The shift is what they want, the transformation. We're going from the transformation to the result and then the call to action. So here's the thing. The problem is I was getting likes, but 0 leads. The struggle is every day I post, but my DMs were just quiet as hell. The shift is when I realized I was giving value, but not inviting conversation. All right. And then the result was after adding the DM prompt to my stories, I closed 4, my first 4-figure clients, high paying clients. And then what I used was DM me, the word client, if you're stuck in the same place. In this day and age, people got to be told what they need to do. Just tell them, listen here, partner, DM me if you stuck. We want to take you from 0 to hero. If you are posting every day and your DM is quiet, we need to get you from just the value that you're giving to turning and inviting conversations. All right. So after the DM prompt to go to my stories, this is what you need to do. And you'll close your people. So that's the one thing you got to understand, because that's how you stop being a content creator and start being a closer, a client closer. Because a lot of people, they don't understand that there's a difference. Content creators, if you just take for instance TikTok, you got people on there, they doing their little dances, and what they're doing is they're just creating content. Now they can get paid off of that content, But what if you had something on there like there's a guy I follow on TikTok, man. Shout out to my guy, Michael. I think his name is Michael J. O'Neal. He's a chef. If that boy put out a cookbook, I'm purchasing it because I'm telling you now, dude done saved a lot of dinners around the household. He done saved a lot of dinners. I stumbled across him, man. I start going to the store. I'm in the store with my phone out. I got the phone out and I'm going through TikTok and I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to find this particular seasoning. And I don't went to that don't look like it. I go to the hood stores. I go to the Cuban stores. I go to the Chinese grocery stores. I'm looking for all the seasonings that he has. And when I find them, I just stockpile them. And once I stockpile them, guess what I do? Yep, you guessed it. I start cooking. Chicken Alfredo was fire over the weekend. Smothered steak with noodles, buttered noodles, all over the weekend. All right, so we're going to move on to segment number 3. I don't want nobody to get hungry and jump off the podcast, man. I need you to get some food later. We can go get some food later. All right. So you got to understand this. DM triggers. How to get people to start a conversation with you. All right. So sales is about momentum. You can't convert people who never engage. So you've got to create micro situations for this. Start using DM triggers in your content. Ask questions and stories. Use polls and sliders. Like you got to get people involved. You want to get them engaged. Use phrases like DM me clients if this is you. Include story-only offers or behind-the-scenes teasers. So I recently purchased new computer screens, and my laptop is the brain, but everything is ran. I have multiple screens up. So if you see me kind of looking off, I'm kind of looking at some of the questions that come in that some people like to ask about. So you see me kind of glancing off if you're watching the podcast. For those who are listening, I'm looking at another screen that I have off to my left, and I'm looking at questions coming in because part of this is being streamed, part of it is being recorded, but my email is always open, and I'm seeing emails come in, and that's what we're doing. All right. So let's say you post a carousel about your client onboarding process, and in the last slide, it includes a CTA. Want this template that I use, DME template. You're making it easy for people to raise their hand. See, back in the day, people would never raise their hand. People never did. Like at school, man, we always try to sit in the back. But it's easier now for people to raise their hand if you give them the opportunity. See, now it's driven to where people want to be involved. If you make people involved with you, you're Gucci. You are to the point where everything is super smooth. Listen, one of the most compelling things is when you have a following of people who will ride for you, who become advocates for you. When you build that community and you have these people, it started with a conversation in a DM that you initiated. And once you build that trust, once you become that authority figure, it's like butter, baby. It's definitely like butter. So it's about that relationship that you were trying to build. It's about that conversation that you had. It's about that DM that you asked them to DM me this word, the trigger. That's what this is about. You triggered something. Something about what your content you put out stated to them or showed them is something that they felt like they needed. So you have to learn how to own the room. Don't let the room own you, but you got to learn how to own the room. A lot of people don't understand that you have a voice, and that voice is very powerful, but you got to own the room. Now, when you talk about owning the room, you got to have a framework, right? So we're going to talk about number 4, because the conversation framework, the message is money. Now, if anybody's ever followed Russell Brunson, he's always said the money is in the list, right? Well, now it's in the message. The message is the money. The structure that I use in my students closing deals without sounding too salesy. All right. So let's talk about it. Number 1, I qualify with curiosity. Hey, what kind of clients do you work with? I'm asking that question because I'm super curious. And then I say, hey, what's your monthly income goal? You know, a lot of people never have a monthly income goal. So when I first started this, you know what I told a student of mine? I said, hey, you should set up how you want to make money by figuring out what bill you can pay. And it blew them away because they didn't understand what I said. I said, okay, calculate how much money you make a month. Then turn around and calculate how much money you got left after you pay your bills. Take the smallest bill and figure out how you can make that money with a product that you have, a service that you have, and start building to replace the income and still be able to have enough income to do whatever it is you like. So when I first started, it was, hey, I want to replace my cell phone. My cell phone bill was $200. I need to make something that's valuable enough that somebody needs. First time out the gate, I flopped. I was discouraged. But then I thought about it. I said, well, I need to figure out why. So I took a little bit of change that I had and I invested in a course. And then I stumbled across a marketing situation. And it's crazy how I stumbled across this marketing situation because I wasn't even into the podcasting game. I was into making music online, selling beats and things like that. I won a course on Instagram. And when I won that course, it was through a guy named Gabe Schilling. I won the course, okay? And when I started taking the course, I fell out of love with making the beats because I seen that the marketing thing was where it was at. And one of the things he did was he qualified me with curiosity. He asked me what kind of clients do I work with? And then he said, what's my monthly and my current monthly income goal? I had never thought about that. I never thought to say I wanted to make $5K a month, $10K a month. I didn't think about that. But ask me that question now. I'm going to tell you, I'm trying to make $20K a month, get all the bills caught up and paid out, and still be able to travel. So that's step one. Step two is listen. Don't pitch right away. Just listen. Listen to what they got to say. You will be more successful if you listen than if you sit there and just start pitching out your sales. And then step number three, I always emphasize, hey, I hear you. See, a lot of people don't understand that. People feel a certain type of way if you just constantly pitching to them. You come out the gate swinging, you constantly pitching to them. They feel some type of way. I know I did. I took an affiliate marketing course one time, man, and it was a 3-day, I want to say clinch. But that 3 days, what I really felt was I felt like I was being played. But it was affiliate marketing. I learned a lot that day, but then I also learned how to not do business. So what happened was the 3 days, we learned how to set up the account. We learned how to, I learned a ton. I learned how to blast email broadcasts. I learned how to set up an affiliate account. I learned how to, Click Magic, track all of my stuff. Now, this was $47, 3 days, per content. You jumped in the rooms. You got to know people. You got to meet people. I mean, and these was 3 long days. At the end of it came the biggest sales jump pitch I ever heard in my life. I've heard people say, I got this $47 project, and then it would jump to like maybe, $247. The biggest sales jump. $47 went from $47 to 15 grand. And we got a payment plan. Oh, wait a minute. What happened? Well, what happened to the middle portion of it? So a lot of people who was inside a couple of the breakout rooms, they jumped on, they started looking us each other up, and we was like, hey man, what's wrong with these folks? Well, lo and behold, I went back to just, look at some of the content. They gone. I think this is like dude's 7th or 8th time he's trying to scam people, and they gone. So, but yeah, just make sure you let them know I hear you. All right. Number 4, share proof. Drop a quick testimonial screenshot or tell a short story of a win. A lot of people don't understand this. I started my coaching out on a humble. I helped a friend out. He was struggling. Now, the crazy part about this is when we did this, I was following a model that I heard Russell Brunson talk about. Pay me what you feel like I'm worth. So he was trying to start a website, and I just kind of helped him out. I said, just pay me what you think. I said, I walked him through how to do things, spent about an hour on the phone, on a Zoom call, got everything situated. And I said, man, just pay me what whenever you get it, just pay me. So we met up one day. I was out to lunch, and he called me. He said, hey, I got that money for you. I'm like, all right, cool. He said, I did some research. I got the money for you. The website is up. The traffic is, it's doing pretty good. I said, okay, good, man. Congratulations. I really want to thank you. But he had this look in his face. I said, what's going on, bro? The website's up, but it's not moving as fast as I wanted to. I said, well, business takes time. He said, I understand that. He said, oh, by the way, here's your money. So me being curious, because the envelope looked a little thick. As I'm looking in the envelope, he came in with his son. Now I've known the guy for a while. He's always looked happy. So I kind of looked over, and I looked at him, and I was like, what'd you give me? He said, well, I did some research, man, and the website that you helped me walk me through and you helped build and told me how to do the landing pages and you told me how to do the everything, man. I didn't have the $5,000. I said, $5,000? My eyes kind of got big. I said, okay. He said, I went to my savings and gave you the $3,500. Hold up, bro. Nah, we're not doing it. He kind of looked at me. I said, look here, you got something on your mind. Your peoples is over here looking like they got something on their mind. Here's what I'm going to do. You keep the $2,000, give me $1,500, and my coaching business started at that particular point. What I did was I gave him all the value, but not bust his head. What I did was I gave him the proof to say, listen, this is my win, but your win is you need this $2,000 to take care of your peoples right now as your business is growing. He looked at me, man, and you can see he was emotionally moved by it. I'm not that guy. So what I needed you to do is I told him, I said, look, man, this is my win. This is my testimony. Like, man, I helped you out because this is what I know. This is what I love to do. I wasn't here to take all of your money, man. Man, listen, what I did was the service was about a $5,000 situation. We built a website. We built a site. But what he did was he took all his money. I'm not doing that. So what I told him, I said, listen here, bro, give me the 15. You keep the 2. Take care of your peoples. And maybe, man, down the line, man, we work together. Then we compensate. Lo and behold, we have this thing here called Derby in my city. I ran into him. He's doing well. Married. Son is graduating high school. He looked at me. He said, you don't remember me, do you? I looked at him. I was like, I remember who you are. How you doing? I said, it's been a minute, but I remember the face, He said, I appreciate that. I said, appreciate what? He's 6-7 figures now. Marketing agency. Shout out to my guy. So in turn, he started introducing me to clients, which helped me help them get to a point to where, hey, every one of them had that same look. They tried to give me more than what I felt like my value. I gave value. I only took the 15. I ain't take all of it. They needed that bread. Everybody needed that bread. But today's prices ain't yesterday's prices, all right? We gonna keep at a buck. Today's prices ain't yesterday's prices. All right. Now, here's what you need to understand. I also have to ask permission to share my offer. Actually, I have something that I would, consider helping you with. And I'm not saying I'm pitching to you. What I'm saying is this is how you want the details. Let me tell you about it. All right. And then like number six is I deliver the value in my voice note in a short PDF. I close it. Let me know if you're in or out. Leave it at that. All right. So I'm human. Everybody's human. And what we got going on right now in this world, everybody needs to figure out how they're going to survive. But at the same time, what you also need to figure out is you ain't got to try to break the bank. Giving value and being human will come back to you tenfold more than you are being an ass out here trying to rob, cheat, and steal. Period, point blank. Now, to be successful, you have to do this right here. You have to create an invisible funnel. See what happens after they say yes. Once they say yes, all you got to do is, hey, what's next? Your job isn't done. It's just beginning for real because now you have to do the onboarding. This is where you build loyalty. This is where you build more trust. This is where you send a clear welcome message, include access to your resource or resources, provide a timeline on what to expect, and let them know how to communicate with you. Don't give them something and just walk away. Now, here's what's so funny. Now that they got schooled and Go High Level has its own group and Facebook has its own group and WAP has its own groups, weekly calls is a must. So for me, I automate everything with Go High Level, which is the account that I use. I make my clients feel like they made the best decision of their life. And that's what you got to do. When you out here coaching and you out here creating content, you want these people to feel like, you want these clients of yours that are purchasing from you to feel like this is the best decision they've ever made. Maybe outside of their kids or outside of their marriage. It's the best decision they ever made. All right. Quick tip segment. Ain't much. You ready? I'm ready. Whole crew ready. All right, let's go. Don't link out until people trust you. Now you got to warm up people with DMs first. All right. Don't just send a link. Just warm it up first. Let them get to know you. Use stories daily. Even if you don't post on your grid, use stories daily. All right. Now repurpose your DM convo wins into content. So what that means is you want to take a DM and share that DM and make that content so people can see that and they, oh, okay, we're going to mess with them. All right. Share a screenshot of people asking you about your offer. And then last but not least, create a content piece per week that solely is designed to generate DMs. Now, we've talked about it. See, I've run campaigns. I thought I was going to go viral. I didn't. I gained 600 followers in a weekend. And then sometimes on one account, I didn't gain no followers. You think that was great, right? But guess how many turned into clients? One. See, I gained all the followers you could ask for, but I only had one person purchase. See, now, contrast with that is, slower month, only 30 new followers, but I had 7 DMs where people decided that they wanted to purchase and they became clients. 3 became high ticket clients. So that's what you got to do, man. You learn to grow, but that doesn't mean you sacrifice the soul. All right. what you need to do is you learn to grow, learn to ascend, learn to attract, ascend, and deliver, and you will be all right. So DMs is where it's at. Using Instagram, that's how you communicate. It's automated. You set it up. You either use ManyChat, but I use what's in Go High Level. And it's automated, and I'm able to spend more time with the family. So let's recap. Your IG profile is your sales page. It's your digital real estate. It's the first thing somebody sees when they click on your name. You have to treat it like it's a multi-million-dollar home in Atlanta or Texas or Florida or California. You got to treat it like it's one in Beverly Hills mansions, okay? A story sale. Use them to build trust and trigger conversations. DMs aren't scary. They are the real business when it happens. You understand? See, back in the day, it used to be that if you ever watched these old movies, people would go to the, Turkish baths. Like guys would go to the Turkish baths. Some people say deals are made. The gangsters would say deals was made in the strip club. DMs is how you make deals now. And last but not least, please don't chase the followers. Nurture them. Nurture the ones that are already watching you, and everything should be to the point. You want to convert these people in, okay? Now, do me a favor. I told you in the beginning, tell you again, follow us at the Solopreneur Chronicles podcast on Apple Music, on Spotify, YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click the bell notification. Hit that like button. Let's grow. Let's grow. Let's grow. Jump over if you want to gain some more knowledge, jump on over to Solopreneurs Chronicle podcast.com for them free resources. I'm going to drop a toolkit for podcasters over there. And all the deep dives you can ask for. If you need help or you feel like this helped you, hey, leave me a 5-star review. I want it. I need it. Drop me a review and tell a friend to tell a friend. See, every business needs a podcast. You are one podcast away from being a one-person empire, all right? You just need a reason to reach out. You need a reason to get started. Now, until next time, keep building your one-person empire, one conversation at a time. And I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all, man, because guess what I'm about to say? Peace.